Worst opening in Disney-Pixar history. Why? You can't make a movie with a non-binary character. The public won't go. Walt Disney just came out with their biggest flop in history. It's called Elemental, and the character is this character. It only made $29 million in its opening weekend. This character is non-binary, meaning it's not male or female, and the character is, well, revolutionary in the sense that kids are supposed to root for someone that doesn't know what sex they are. It is the biggest loss in Disney-Pixar history. It already beat their low expectations way under. Even the New York Times blew it up. The Hollywood Reporter said it was iced by moviegoers. Get it? Disney has lost 2.4 million subscribers to their streaming service because their shows such as Proud Family and these movies are going more and more woke. They just had endured tremendous criticism for their Abraham Lincoln segment because Abraham Lincoln, according to that, didn't care about slavery. You know, Abraham Lincoln, the guy that freed the slaves.
Yeah.
That guy. You remember him, right? He
Yeah.
didn't care.
Yeah. They're actually calling for a movement to remove the statue of Abraham Lincoln because it reminds them of the history of slavery. They lost. That's why. That's why they want to remove it, because they lost. You know what, Barry? When will Disney and these companies finally get it? Look at Target. Look at Bud Light. Look at all of them. Every time they introduce this nonsense, they lose out. It's like they'd rather lose out than make money, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I was at a shopping center, Barry, this past weekend, or the weekend before this past weekend, I think it was at some point I went to. As so much been happening. Anyways, I went to this outdoor mall. And I'm walking around and I notice I don't see any of the wokeism. I go into a store and it happened to be the Old Navy and there's nothing on the wall. They have mannequins, but the mannequins are all about 4th of July, being American. There's nothing in there, nothing on the wall. And people are going in and out. And then I come out and I look across the way and there's guests and they got it all in the window and barely anybody's going inside of the store. It has the people's sexuality have nothing to do with anything other than them. And why they got to push it, I don't get it.
We talked about this every week. It's a percentage that's that big. And yet corporate America thinks it's 60 or 70% of the population. You know, Disney, when I was a parent of young children, I knew the safe place to play content for my children was Disney Channel, right? There would be male and female, good and bad. Evil would lose in the end. They had all the right morality. I didn't have to worry about woke. Hell, I didn't even know what woke was, right? And now Disney is leading the charge down the sewer of corporate America, right? Literally.
Yeah, I mean, they really are. What is it now? Budweiser is like 20 billion in the hole. Target is like 14, 15 billion in the hole. And a few of these other companies are starting to realize that we got to remove it. The activists are going after Starbucks because Starbucks saying, look, we need to remove all of this because we want people to still continue to buy the coffee. Right? I mean, it's really
because they're in the coffee business.
You know, because they're in the coffee business. How dare you? Right? I mean, that's what they're doing. So look, let's just sell coffee, and what people do with the coffee afterwards is entirely up to them. And that's the way it should be.